What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with Dark Outpost, and the past few days have been incredible to be a part of as we've seen the fallout from the announcement. Officially, Zack Snyder's Justice League will be coming to HBO Max, and for all the people who have been talking about releasing the Snyder Cut for so long, like myself, it feels incredible to have our voices finally heard and finally listened to by a company. And for all the people, all the YouTubers who are, they haven't cared about the Snyder Cut for 2 years. They've been telling you that it didn't exist. They said, oh, it doesn't matter. Now they're starting to talk about it for, I don't know, clicks, hate clicks, something to keep their channels relevant because they're dying. That's been fun to watch as well. But along with the Snyder Cut, there was something else that took place at Warner Brothers. It all had to do with the reshoots for Justice League, and that is Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad originally was a much different movie directed by David Ayer until what they decided to do with Justice League affected stuff for Suicide Squad. They had to do reshoots for that because they interconnected so much. And it sounds like At&T is on board for both, which is incredible. You can see right here, so Steph from My Nerdy Home alerted me to this. I did not know before. Puts the eyes, what? You see this from Cultured Nerd. Zoic Studios will be working on VFX for Zack Snyder's Justice League as well as David Ayer's Suicide Squad director's cut. Yes, you read that correctly. And that was mind-blowing to me. I knew this was something people were going to ask for after the Snyder Cut. I saw people in the Geeks and Gamers live stream saying that the Ayer Cut's just a meme. No, it's not. Listen, there are some people, you just don't know what you're talking about. You haven't been a part of this. You haven't actually looked into it. You've just been believing things you hear from these shill media outlets. And unfortunately, that's not the best way to get your information. But right here, Zoic Studios to work on VFX for Snyder Cut and Ayer Cut. The VFX studio, Zoic Studios, has been tapped by the Stone Quarry, Zack Snyder's production company, to complete remaining VFX work for Zack Snyder's Justice League and David Ayer's Suicide Squad director's cuts. Multiple sources close to TCN have revealed. Now, of course, we know that the original design for Steppenwolf was so much different. We know originally the flashback scene for Justice League included Uxas, or Darkseid, before he was known as Darkseid, and was about 15 minutes long, not the shortened version that we got. And we also know, and we're going to go over all these things for the Ayer Cut that were different, because I want to show you guys some of the things that are a part of this movie and some of the reaction online to this report. And of course, this is the original design for Steppenwolf, not what we ended up getting. We can also report that David Ayer is indeed getting his Ayer Cut. The original version of Suicide Squad, going under the production name Airwolf, the film will feature Enchantress's original plot with the Mother Boxes and Apocalyptians, as well as the deal she made with Joker in the third act. Ayer's Suicide Squad will pave the way for Steppenwolf's arrival in Snyder's Justice League. Zoic Studios has also been hired on VFX on Ayer's Suicide Squad. They expect their work to take approximately 9 months. And they did say they expect about 3 months on Zack Snyder's film, Zack Snyder's Justice League. And they talk about the contributions include adjustments to Superman's iconic black suit, the reversion of Steppenwolf, and the parademons to their original appearances. Awesome, awesome news that these are the things that we are going to get with these VFX. These are the things we expected to get with the VFX. But this report came out not long after we saw this. So someone asked, hey, can we get... Listen, now that we got Justice League, At&T, can you please give us the Ayer Cut? And they say, one thing at a time. David Ayer retweets it, standing by. Obviously, this garnered a lot of attention. And then you can see right here, this is this entire exchange. Then someone replies to that, please release the Ayer Cut. And then they reply with a gif of Harley Quinn. So just a little tongue-in-cheek right there. And you can see At&T just acknowledged Ayer's request for release the Ayer Cut. Are wheels turning? This means just as much to me as seeing the Snyder Cut. I created this account right after seeing Suicide Squad to ask for more Joker Leto, as it was clear that David's film was tampered with. And again, just to take you back and help you understand exactly what happened, when the studio decided to absolutely hack to pieces Zack Snyder's cut, the 3 hours and 3 hours 44 minutes of the film that he had. They wanted him to reshoot almost the entire thing, bring it down to under 2 hours, take out a lot of these plot things. And Zack Snyder, after just having lost his daughter to a tragic suicide, he couldn't do it in the time that they wanted him to do it. So they gave him the boot. They brought Joss Whedon in to do what they wanted to do. With that, David Ayer's original Suicide Squad plans were to be very heavily connected to Zack Snyder's Justice League, including Mother Box plot lines, including Enchantress working with the Apocalyptans to open a boom tube because she did have control of a Mother Box. It introduced Steppenwolf to us so that it makes more sense when he just shows up in Justice League. This whole connected universe, it was all planned. Warner Brothers decided to kick both of them in the balls and gut their movies. So let's see a little more information. These are the mock-up Parademon heads that were 3D printed. And you can see right here, these were the original Enchantress thugs. Parademons. They weren't just these weird clay amorphous blobs. They were parademons. It was going to connect with Zack Snyder's Justice League. And you can see right here that it was a parademon. David Ayer confirmed to us. This was back in January, when he confirmed that to us. He also told us some specifics about the plots. That Diablo originally survived, that Harley and Deadshot actually became a couple towards the end of the film. They had a romantic connection. There was no Joker busting her out of the prison near the end. There was nothing like that. That was changed during reshoots. Also, right here, just like I talked about. Now, this is talking about, someone says, now watching Suicide Squad, don't care what people say, I love this movie. Sure, the plot isn't up to much, but one of the main things it sees at is characters. He gave us some of the best character interaction we had. And then here, I agreed, but that whole I built my machine thing was ridiculous. Her abilities alone were enough of a challenge. Outside of that, I really enjoyed it. But you can see what David says. It was supposed to be a boom tube as she was under control of a Mother Box. All the Apocalypse elements were stripped out late in the game. The machine concept was an attempt to create a ticking clock and world threat. So this is what he's saying, that he was directed by Warner Brothers. Instead of the plot he had, they said, well, let's just make it simpler. No Apocalypse stuff. Just give us a ticking clock. God, that sounds like straight out of a J.J. Abrams playbook. Ticking clock and world threat. God, disgusting, Warner Brothers. They should be ashamed of themselves. And you can see right here, this is that original art. This was originally supposed to happen. They were trying to open a boom tube. This is all like apocalyptic technology. And you can see these are scenes from the second Suicide Squad trailer that didn't end up in the movie, including this right here. This is opening that boom tube with that apocalyptic technology. So many things were changed, not only with Zack Snyder's Justice League, but with David Ayer's Suicide Squad. So the fact that we have this report out there, obviously it's just a report, but combined with what At&T is doing and dropping these hints with their official Twitter, it really has to make you think that this is a real possibility, that this report has a lot of legs to it. Again, it's all just reports, so we kind of have to wait, but just the idea of that is incredible because it shows that At&T was willing. They didn't have this, oh, well, we made a mistake thing. At&T just wants to do what's best for business, right? And they see so many people that are very passionate, and they've looked at both of these things, and they realize that old Warner Brothers executives screwed up. They messed up. They were not willing to admit that they screwed up. That's why it took At&T coming in. That's why it took HBO Max to be a thing, for these to become a possibility. For At&T to say, look, you have fans telling you they want to see this. You guys screwed up. You effed up. We're going to come in and give them what they want because it's clear that they are very passionate about this. And that is incredible. And despite, let me pull this up here. Despite, like I said, I talked about these YouTubers who don't know what they're talking about, just trying to get either hate clicks or relevance or something. We know how it goes. But then right here we have Justice League. The hashtag Snyder Cut decision teaches fans the wrong lesson. While the decision to release the now legendary Snyder Cut of Justice League is certain to please fans, the move only encourages bad fan behavior. Of course, because, a movement that is the vast vast majority, just like all groups online, are full of awesome people who are pretty respectful and asking what they want, who have raised money for suicide prevention, who have done all these things. Yeah, fuck them, right? And then another one, of course, the idiots over at Collider. Why releasing the Justice League Snyder Cut sets a dangerous precedent. Again, not a surprise. How dare people listen to fans? How dare you give fans what they want? These Hollywood studios should give us what we need, not what we want. And you're seeing a clear divide for the people that support fan movements and support giving things to the fans and support fans. It doesn't matter whether you like Zack Snyder's DCEU or not. The fact is, they have listened to fans. At&T has listened to fans. That is a big thing. And if you can't get that through your head, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if you're just stubborn. I don't know if you're just afraid to admit you were wrong at some point. I don't know. But it ultimately doesn't matter because we are getting the Snyder Cut of Justice League. And it sounds like we damn well may be getting the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad, which is very interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.